John Reddy here with Reddy Guide Service. Wanted to put a little post out there to explain my Lake Michigan harbor trips coming up this fall. There's a misconception that Lake Michigan trips are all offshore and blue water, and where a lot of my trips in the fall are going to be right in the harbor, inside of the breakwalls or just outside of the breakwalls. As you can see here, we're right near the Milwaukee skyline here, and we're just outside of the North Gap here, just outside of McKinley Marina. The fish are all staging here. A lot of them are out in 100 feet of water yet, but for my Lake Michigan harbor trips, we'll try to cast as much as we can, but there's days where we need to short line troll and find some fish. They might be scattered, but I always try to do a lot of casting on my trips in the fall. That's an explosive, fun experience catching 25 to 35 pound kings. For the next few weeks, fish are going to be staging out around 100 feet, 120 feet, all the way in the shore, and they're starting to stage coming into the fall. The 3-year-old cohos and the 4.5-year-old kings will start coming into the harbors, usually around the first couple weeks of September. But I use inshore gear or medium weight spinning rods and gear. We'll snap jig tubes and plastics, jigs, spoons, things like that, just inside the gaps. Once we get into the month of September here, a lot of these 4.5-year-old kings will come into the marina areas. And you can see here behind me, this is McKinley Marina here in Milwaukee. And you can see all these sailboats. Kings will be all up and through this area. A lot of these sailboats will be taken out of here by, mid-September, late September. And a lot of those kings will be up inside this area. And we'll cast medium light gear. I use inshore rods, saltwater inshore rods, and medium to medium heavy gear casting for these kings up in these marina areas. There's days where we'll be able to cast for these fish. They'll be in here thick as cordwood, but there's other days where they're scattered. There'll be other days here where the fish are a little more scattered, and we'll short line troll for them. And what I mean by that, we're running 2 lines, just a short lead out the back of the boat, because we're only in about 12 to 20 feet of water inside the marina here, so we don't have to run our baits out too far. And the fish will tend to suspend in the fall anyway. But we'll short line troll till we find a pot of them, and then we'll stop and cast cranks. We'll cast a variety of baits in the fall. I try to pick pretty obnoxious colors. Berkeley flicker shads are one of my favorite baits to cast. This is actually a size 9. I like to use more of the brighter, more obnoxious colors. We're trying to essentially piss these kings off into hitting these moving baits. I will take the time to switch out the split rings and the treble hooks on a lot of these baits. The hooks that come stock on these baits are not strong enough for these kings. I've had kings snap these baits in 2 and straighten hooks out, so that's definitely an upgrade you want to be sure you make fishing for these 20 to 25 pound fish. Some of them get up to 30 to 35 pounds. It's an explosive experience that can be a lot of fun and very addicting. It's a niche opportunity to fish essentially saltwater fish and freshwater. The king salmon in the fall are super aggressive, and it's one of my favorite species to fish for here in Wisconsin. We have a World Class Fishery here in Milwaukee and all along the East Coast along Lake Michigan here in Wisconsin. It's an exciting, explosive experience casting for these kings and follow coho in the fall. A niche, unorthodox way of fishing here on Lake Michigan. A lot of the charters here go out, a few miles to 7 miles offshore. We're fishing inside the harbor, inside the breakwall. It's a neat opportunity to get into some great fishing without having to be on the big water. A different experience from the norm. Reach out if you're interested in taking part and experiencing this explosive fishery. I'll be back in Wisconsin September 11th through the 14th and September 25th through the 29th. I still have open dates, so reach out, and I'd love to get you on the water here in Milwaukee, Racine, or Kenosha.